Richie here, and today's Pokemon is Paldean Wooper. Woopa! Hey, Woopa! Guys, I'm finally back after more than a year. My first pop culture, my first con, as they call them. My Comic Con I just did yesterday. As I'm recording this video right now, it is 2 p.m. and Comic Con is still going. It's still going, Comic Con. And I have here my mystery bag, which I do. If I don't get myself an actual mystery bag or mystery box, I will make my own mystery Mario bag. Oh my gosh, it was the time of my life. It felt so good to go back after so long. It felt like a long time, you know, like last year I didn't go to Comic Con or Supernova because I said to myself, I'm just not going to do any of these big events. I'm going to save it all for Japan. And that's what I did. I did literally my Comic Con and Supernova at Japan. I literally found cosplayers there. I even cosplayed myself when I was over there. So if it was more than a year, because the last time before this weekend was middle of 2024 or last month of June for Supernova was the last one that I went to. So I'm so excited to show you a few things that I got. And this year's Comic Con, they had something interesting, which I don't know if I saw it last Comic Con or not, but we had a mascot. I could have done a pre-order for it, but I didn't need to. I wanted to just go and it wasn't necessary. I could have just first store. We walked on the left. Boom, all the merch, all the stuff. It was huge this time. The store for the merchandise for the Oz Comic Con and everything, it was actually very laid out and very big store. And the moment that I was in that store, I bumped into my friend, and he was cosplaying as my rival Odlo. What is Woldo backwards? Odlo. I think it's Odlo. Yes, I couldn't believe it. I saw him when I was sitting in, when I was in the crowd, when I was lining up, always first, always in the front of the line, always me and my mum were in the front of the line. By the way, if you want to see the photos of Comic Con and future cons and all these cool things that I get up to, my biggest adventures, you got to follow my Instagram, because on my Twitter, I didn't post any of these photos. I posted the first photo, so I was saying it's Oz Comic Con, and then all the other photos. There was 143 photos. One day I was there for. I was just there for one day, you know, yesterday. It was crazy weather as well. But we were driving there with no one on the roads. Very, very early in the morning. That's the way you do it. You get up early. You start a whole big adventure. It's one big adventure day or weekend. You know, like you can do the whole weekend just going over there. But usually for Comic Con, the first Comic Con, I did the whole weekend. But future Comic Cons, I'm just gonna do one day because I love Supernova a little bit more. That's my favorite. But unfortunately, this Supernova, I've decided that I'm just going to do one day. I need to save a little bit more money for my next trip. So let's get going with the stuff I have in this mystery bag. Oh, I'm so excited. One of the things I got. Oh my gosh, one of the things I got. My mum spotted it out in one of the stores. I'll save that one for last. That's gonna be for last. The first thing I want to show you that I got was, I'm recording, right? Nice. Was of course the mascot. I think I distracted halfway through what I was saying, that this Comic Con, they had a mascot. They had a Quokka! Look at that! I was looking in the store, like the first store we walked into. Like I said, I had all the merchandise and everything. My mum got the lanyard. She got a nice white Oz Comic Con lanyard. I wanted the mascot. And there was a few different things, but I really just wanted him. Like just him. And he's a wizard! He's a wizard! I love it! I absolutely love it. Look at this. Look at that. It's so cool. And I don't know how to pronounce his name. Animal. Is it meant to say animal, but in a different way? Or is that just his name? He's literally a wizard. He literally looks like he's... No, actually, he'd be straight... he looks a lot like he's straight out of Lord of the Rings. Even more so than Magic the Gathering. Maybe a little bit of Harry Potter, a little bit less Harry Potter, but more Lord of the Rings. Just because the texture of what he's wearing and the way he looks, is very foresty like. Actually, it's very foresty like. Like it's like oh, what's his name? Brown, the brown beard guy, the wizard that loves animals. And I forgot his name. Radagast. That's it, Radagast from Lord of the Rings. Then I'm gonna open this up so we get a little bit more of a clearer view of what he looks like. Oh my gosh, there he is. So awesome. I love it. I even like the card. I might even just keep him on the card, or even just it's a thick card as well. So this is very nice. This is very, very nice. But he's a quokka, so it makes me wonder. Like if you see the photos, they had a big Australia map. It was all of Australia. It was amazing, showing all. I didn't spend any time actually, like looking at the destinations that they're gonna go. When I made my post showing all the photos, posted on my photos, that's when I actually looked at it. I was like, Adelaide, Brisbane, Sydney, Perth is first. Perth is first. The first destination was Perth. If we start at Perth and then they make their way across Australia, it's so good. And also, I think it's the same location. Oh no, it's a weekend apart between Sydney and Brisbane, but they're like right next to each other. So you can literally probably drive from Sydney to Brisbane. It was like take a second just to get over there. So if you are planning to go to those Comic Cons and you want to just go to all the Comic Cons, like I want to do that one day, like mainly for Supernova. Just go to all of them. Oh, just go across the whole of Australia. Best thing ever. All right, the next thing I got, I was really looking for. I wanted to get a Pokemon cards and stuff. I looked and I looked at the Pokemon cards. They had the 151 collection there. My gosh, it was expensive. A booster pack for 151 was $40. And yeah, I could have bought one, just one. I haven't had a single pack of that. And I looked at some of their products, but I was like, it was too much. But what I did get, Pokemon, was I really needed this. I absolutely needed this. I've been looking for a trade binder. I like binders. There's a different. I call the black sleeved pages, maybe sometimes hooks, but mainly pages. I mainly call them binders. I call files ones that have those clip-on things, or even not the ones that even have clip-on things, but the clear sheets. The clear sheets, I call them more like a file and then a binder because it really binds. To me, this is a real binder. I'm so excited. I can't believe I found exactly what I wanted. Pokemon trading card game for Magic the Gathering. Yes, I am putting my Magic cards. I wanted to get a small binder. A perfect small binder. This was exactly what they only had two in this Japanese store. It was amazing. This Japanese store, oh my gosh, they had little Japanese machines of that you can get prizes out of. Like not claw machines, but those little mystery machines that you just get a little toy or something. They had a whole bunch of them, and they had two of these in the store. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was looking all over Amazon to look for, and I found heaps of good little files, but none of and binders even, but they didn't have the book. As in, it wasn't a book. It was just this was exactly. Hang on, I'll take all this away. This was exactly what I wanted. Was a book. Like it was like an actual. Oh my gosh, another one. See how it's pages? Perfect. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Absolutely lovely because I go and play. I play Magic every Thursday night. People ask, people look. Or I'd like to have some of my collection. Fill this entire file out in case anyone wants to do some trades or even just to show people my Magic stuff. I personally like to have my folder, my binder. I got a Pokemon folder over there, so more like a folder or like a big file. And then I've got my binder for Pokemon. I like to have more bigger. I could maybe get one day a small one for Pokemon cards, but there's no point because I have a lot of Pokemon cards. I want to collect a lot of Pokemon cards, and I'll put them all in my binder and stuff. So there's no point might consider it, but I was so excited to get this just to put all my mythic rares and mythic rares, put them all in here in case anyone wants to do a trade. Not everything will be for trade. It's just gonna be a whole bunch of my stuff that's sitting in my boxes in my collection. I'm so excited to get this. Okay, what's next? Ooh, hang on. Oh, yes, talking about Magic the Gathering. I got a funny thing. I got this. That's a deck of Magic cards. They had a Magic setup thing. You know, play Magic the Gathering, learn how to play all that kind of stuff. They come literally every time. But this Comic Con, there was no Disney store. There was no, like, my friend Tracy, she didn't do her store. She didn't come around. There was the Disney people that have a store in G-Love. They didn't come. Once there was this Disney store, and I don't know if it was Comic Con or Supernova, but yeah, they didn't come around much. But Magic the Gathering, they were there. Even another guy that runs a retro massive store, he wasn't there either. So a lot of people that I did bump into, one person other than my friend, I bumped into a few people actually. Of course, a few people that even knew me from that work at Red Dot. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. But mainly just Magic the Gathering. Out of all the things, like none of my other people that have stores and stuff, none of them that were there this time around. But this was a free thing to get. You just had to sign up, basically make a Wizards of the Coast account, which I already had. So I just gave them my email and I get a little feedback. And if I it's like a starter little deck, a mini deck, how to play the game. Really, it's very simple. All right, what's the final thing? Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's not gonna be Comic Con unless you can get yourself a comic. I got Spider-Man. This is my second comic because I put 10 $10. This comic, oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. I don't want to hit the cards. Put them over there. Put them over there. Okay, beautiful. This comic, oh my gosh. So I went. Now, it was last. You can look on my videos, but my last Comic Con, I think I chose not to get a comic. Forgot the reason why. But my first Comic Con, of course, I got a comic. I got Batman and the Joker. My favorite, my absolute favorite. Now, I wanted to just get anything. I didn't care what I was going to get, but I didn't want to get another Batman. We went to the comic store, the famous comic store, heaps and heaps of comics, but they were book comics. They didn't. I like that's the classic, an actual comic, a real comic. That's what I prefer. If I'm just, just collecting, that's how I have fun. I want to buy a comic just for fun. Maybe I might read it one day, maybe I won't. But basically, we were there, we were looking around, and I even asked the guy, oh, do you have much of those, the thin comics? And really, it was just in a little section, a shelf that was up top, and it was only half one of those things. And it was Batman, it was Superman, and it was Wonder Woman. So it was absolutely a good one, but yes, I did want to get another Batman. The Superman it wasn't classic Superman. It wasn't like the Superman that I knew or even any of the Superman movies I've seen. It was just a Superman that had all this hair. Like he had a big golden wall of hair. So I was like, oh yeah, not really something that I like. But then Mom loves Wonder Woman, so I was looking at the Wonder Woman. And I was asking her, like, what do you think? Like, nah, didn't really look too appealing. So we decided to forget about it. And honestly, at this point, I just was not going to get myself a comic. And it wasn't the first time. I think last time I chose not to get the comic. I think this got to be my third Comic Con, I think. But then it happened. At the end of the day, just about, we found a store. This lovely girl just sitting there, just on her own. She had someone that would be sitting next to her, but gone on a break or whatever. And my mum saw down there on a table that there was a box of comics. And I was like, what? Actual comics, a whole bunch of Spider-Man ones and a few other ones, but mainly Spider-Man. I was like, this is great. I love Spider-Man. Honestly, just looking at this, it reminds me of Spider-Man that I watched as a kid. I watched the cartoon series Spider-Man as well as Batman, it was just perfect. So I was looking through them, and at first I was like, oh gee, $10. These are very, very cheap. They're not very expensive because the comic store, they had heaps of actual comics, valuable ones, hundreds of dollars, all in the glass cabinets and everything. And I don't know a whole lot about comics, but of course there's thousands and thousands of comics, heaps of old comics. But I wasn't sure if this one was real or if it was reprinted or whatever. But this was actually a real comic from an original comic. So this look how old it is. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. I don't want to open it up right now. But yes, this is a comic like 25 cents. It was 25 cents. This was in the I think the 70s or maybe the 80s. I'm not sure when it was. Let me know in the comments when exactly was this Spider-Man Marvel's team up featuring Spider-Man and the Vision. I love it. What I loved about this one out of all the others, I wanted to get Spider-Man and the Goblin, the Green Goblin. I love the Green Goblin. The first Spider-Man movie was my favorite. I kind of like all three of them equally, just about. Just about love all three of them. But the first one, oh my gosh, the Green Goblin, it was just so cool. And I wanted to get the Green Goblin. And I saw one that was kind of like the Green Goblin. It was this character that it said on the comic, I can't remember the name, but he had all these other different powers. So you had a Green Goblin bomb and everything. So, and he even had a face of a Green Goblin, but I wasn't too sure. And then I looked at this one a lot. I was like, this is me. I love this one. And one of the main reasons, there's an eagle, my favorite animal, right there. The Australian eagle. That is so cool. He's clawing at Spider-Man. And this fight, look at this guy. I gotta read this. Alright. So this is the Dark Rider or something. Your powers cannot harm me, fools. But you will be destroyed in an instant at the command of the Dark Rider. And then this is what's this? Harbinger of Hate. I don't know if that's how Harbinger of Hate, but and when I first saw this, I thought he was shooting at him. No, he's shooting from his head to the Dark Rider, and Spider-Man's just coming in as well. This is just so cool. I love this. And my friend Steve, he's a big comic enthusiast. He told me you got to get a back in and everything to make sure it doesn't curve, because they will curve all the time. But this was amazing. This was probably, I'll say the best thing that I got out of all my things. This is just, it's nice. Because it's an old comic. It's an original comic. My Batman comic is not an old one. It's a newer one. Either reprinted or whatever the case may be. But this is an original comic. And I was just so happy. I was so very happy. Guys, I could keep going on forever and ever about the many things that I got up to. It felt good. What mainly felt good was just coming back to it, and people having so much fun finding me, It's where's Wally? If you haven't noticed, I got my little hat here. I got my little hat. There I am. Little Where's Wally. I had my cane. Yes. Last time I cosplayed as Where's Wally, I only had this, the pants, normal shoes. I got my cane after that, and this was the exact cane that I needed. I waited 2 years to finally cosplay as Where's Wally again, and people loved the cane. The cane made the whole statement of the whole day. Me and my friend that was dressed as Odlo, he was the villain, and we were doing some funny actings, of him taking my cane and everything. It was just the best. It was the best time. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of Comic-Con, Oz Comic-Con goodness. If you ever get the chance to go to any con, there's other cons like Pixel, Madfest. I don't know if Madfest is still around or not, but there was a Madfest once here in Perth a long time ago. But any of the cons, but mainly Comic-Con and Supernova, those are the top kings. The kings and the queens of all the cons. They are the number ones. Just go if you can. Even if you can't buy a ticket, you can go to these places and you get for free. It's at our big convention center, the big center that's in the city. You can literally go over there, be in the foyer, be around, Go to the restaurant, have some coffee. Honestly, have the time of your life. You don't even have to spend a single dollar, nothing. And you can have the time of your life, even dressed up and just taking photos because they do professional photography as well. I didn't do any, but it was just so much fun. Guys, until Supernova. Oh yes, until Supernova. I'll catch you guys then. Peace out.